Well,
You just say that up
repeat
front
that
and a couple times. Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. Emphasis on the .net, please. And we're here for water, which includes Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for November already, 3rd to the 9th, 2019. And it is, if we're anything to go by what we've had before, the last two readings, it's going to be same kind of thing, energy as we've had for a while. So the first one I got was reflection. And usually the cards tell us what that means. So let's go ahead and start. And the very first card I get is an interesting one to start out with. It's a business card as a general rule, but it's talking about looking back over your life, thinking it's not so bad, but it's time to shake things up. It's time for a change. And what covers it? And I've been getting this card a lot for the last couple of weeks, or at least this week, is Eight of Pentacles. And it's master craftsman working at his craft. So basically it's saying that we are getting to be really good at what we do. And so basically, yes, we're getting to be really good at what we do. And we're comfortable with it. And what's behind us, what maybe propelled us towards this change, and I think this is probably from way back, not recently, is the Five of Pentacles. Being dissatisfied, not happy with the way things have been going, needing a change, and being a little envious of what other people have. So what was just below us, like yesterday, today, maybe, the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is the glimmering or beginning of seeing the way things can be in a really positive, bright way, sort of the beginnings of true joy and happiness. What's in front of us? Ace of Wands. And that would be tomorrow is the 3rd. So maybe tomorrow. The Ace of Wands is support from your on high, angels, ancestors, guides, helping transmute the energy that is. And when you transmute an energy, it's usually an old, tired energy that needs a shift. We do have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, as a general rule, is a support. It's a very supportive card. It lends strength. It lends balance to the emotions. And we know there's going to be more change. It's usually meant in a lover's card, but in a sense, what we're going through is as vitally important as falling in love. So we're falling in love with ourselves, and we are being supported by the universe, the angels, the guides, etc. The most loved card in the deck, and I don't know why it's here, but it's been in this week. It's been around a bit. It's the Hangman. Be patient. There's things happening we are not necessarily aware of, but the next two cards that support us, they basically say the same thing. And one is, after putting in the effort, you receive the rewards. The other one, the Three of Pentacles, is putting in the effort, receiving the accolades, but it's also accolades with abundance. And then the next next 4 cards are major arcana. So that's 5 major arcana. And I'm just going to read these all as one card because, well, honestly, I have a reading after this, and I want to speed things along. So this is the major. This one is the Justice card, which is my light worker card. This one is the Chariot, which is be patient, keep yourself in balance. Then the Moon card, which of course, Moon's always related to the subconscious, and whatever we do in spirituality, the subconscious is a major player because we deal with feelings, emotions, and that which is unseen. The last card is the High Priestess, which promises that things are changing and you will see things more clearly than many people around you. So this is a major week. It's always a major week lately, and it's always going to be a major week, honestly, for the next forever. There's so just take time to reflect, take time to know who you are, and an outcome card is strength. It's and a mountain is the epitome of rugged, powerful strength. It's quite often it's made from Teutonic forces that are powerful. This earth slams together, this gigantic hunk of the world rises out, or we have beautiful explosions that come from the depth of the earth. It's all very powerful. So there's a lot of strength in the energy of the mountains. So we are coming into our strength. We're becoming, and after the tumultuous events that create a mountain, the mountain is the epitome of calm and reflection. So we have the power of its beginning and the almost eternity of this powerful, calm strength. So we have a lot going for us this week. A lot of the same old stuff as we've had, of course, but it is still it is a change that we are becoming. We're owning the change. We are becoming the masters of the change rather than the change becoming the masters of us. So with that, I have to warn you, I do have a reading right after this. So I just got it this morning. Otherwise I would be up in another half hour doing this, not now. And but I do have a time limit because of the reading, and it is part of my business, so it is a necessity that I take it. All right.
Ready for the questions?
I am ready for the questions. Right. So let's go through the questions as quickly as possible.
Sarishwari asks, "Hi, how are you? How are you? Will I end up with A or B?"
How about D? I think there's somebody else there that's actually a better choice for you. You might end up with P for a short time, or even A, but I do believe long term that is not where you're going. So have fun with that, enjoy it, but don't make it your end of. Don't make it the most important thing in your life. What you're doing now is just simply for the fun of it.
She laughs and says his nickname is D. Indeed. Thanks. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. The Polynesian princess says, "Hello, Elisha," and Elle, of course, hello. Lovely Ace asks, "Hi, may I have a message from my spirit guys? Thank you."
Lovely Ace.
Lovely Ace.
Okay, Lovely Ace says, you guides say, you're doing pretty good. They're quite pleased with you. You might want to put a little more effort into something, and it looks like something you're studying or learning right now. So put a little more effort into what you're doing. And they didn't tell me what it was you're studying or learning, whether it was something from a school or something, some spiritual, some spiritual concept you're learning. But they suggest you put a little, well, their words were elbow grease into it. So, and that might be because I know what elbow grease is, so they might have said that for my benefit. But they're suggesting that you do a little bit more effort on the one area. Other than that, they're really delighted with you. Okay.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Nani Drea asks, I'm pre-diabetic. I would like to know if my blood sugar level A1C glucose will go back down to normal.
Well, so this is going to be something you're going to be dealing with for the majority of your life. So even with it goes down to normal, you still going to have to be very careful about what you do, how you eat. This is a wake up call to tell you that that you can't just people. You are what you eat. If you eat fries, you're going to have arthritis. A lot, if you're going to eat fried food, fries is the majority of them. You're going to end up with arthritis because it has a lot of pathogens in it. So it's a wake-up call for you to become aware of your diet. So getting your sugar back to normal is not the end-all and the be-all. It is very important, and it can prevent you from becoming diabetic. But get out there and study what food means to you. Look, there's a lot of information out there, and if you Google it, you do have to be careful because Google is renowned for being biased, but there is good information out there as well. And the answer is simply yes. Your sugar levels can come down, and they will come down. One of the biggest things you want to do is stop white sugar. Get cane sugar, because that's usually, I've never seen cane sugar that is GMO'd. And you do not want to eat any food that is genetically modified. They have not done enough research on it. And the people who are doing the research are motivated by the big buck. So you can't trust it. Coconut sugar, organic coconut sugar, is the lowest rising sugar. White sugar goes on a scale, goes straight up. And then honey goes like that. So honey is a better choice. Coconut is even slower. And you get used to the flavor. You might not like it at first because it tastes a little bit like brown sugar. I've been using it for years. So and now when I eat white sugar, it is distasteful. So the simple answer is yes, you can do this. The real answer is get out there and study. Get out there and check it out. Learn. And when you realize it takes a while to get used to eating alternatively, but that doesn't mean you have to give up anything. It just means you have to find recipes, and it probably means you have to learn to cook for yourself. Recipes that are going to give you what you want. I check out paleo. If you love desserts, check out paleo. They have the absolutely best desserts in the world. There is a chocolate pie on there that is divine. It's made with cashews, dates, a special kind of dates, and really, I have taken it to so many parties where nobody eats carefully, and everybody loves that cake. And the crust is almonds, crushed almonds, and dates. Okay, and I went on way too long. Go ahead.
Emily Equine says, hi. Blossom 11 says, hello. Can you tell me who is coming towards me in love? Thank you.
This one you'll know by the smile. If he's not smiling, it's not the right guy. And I have a feeling you are actually already know this person. So, but it feels like it's a shock to you that about this when you realize that maybe you actually have feelings for this person. It comes as a shock, not a oh my god I'm going to have a heart attack shock, but a shock because you never thought about that person that way or anything like that. But it seems to me, and it appears to be, that it is a shock that is one that you kind of go, you've kind of liked the surprise. So keep your eye open. I think he's actually already not coming towards you, but already there. You just haven't become aware of it. All right.
Heidi Brown asks, my mom has a new boyfriend.
I'm not going to tell you about.
Do you know where they met?
No.
Could you describe the place?
I can't. I'm really sorry, but it doesn't. Well, that's not something I'm going to see, because I see in metaphors and things like that. And I realize it's a huge deal for you. But I can also tell you, all your stressing and all your worrying is not going to change a thing in how your mother reacts. She will just look at you and go, what is the matter with you? So it does appear that they might have met someplace that is well, it's a public place. That's basically all I can really tell you. And yes, he may be a scam artist. He may be all those. Your mother's not going to listen to you right now. And I really can't. Some of the questions you ask about your mom, and I realize you care deeply for her, but I cannot answer those kind of questions. It's I have to have your mother's permission for some of those questions that you're asking. All right.
The Polynesian princess asks, hi Eliz-sha, Cameron's phone hasn't been working and it's making me nervous. Do you sense what happened?
I think it is actually, he did something really dumb, like it dropped into a bathtub or toilet was what I was going to say. And something like that. I don't think he's ghosting you, if that's what you're worried about. I don't feel that he's ghosting you. He's a little bit lackadaisical, all right, when it comes to getting it fixed. And also, if he hasn't got backup, he probably loses all his numbers. So for last month was 2 days ago, my daughter's boyfriend dropped his phone in the ocean. And he didn't message her or text her, and she didn't message him and text him because, people's egos get in the way. And she's just thought, well, maybe he's ghosting me. And finally, I don't know how they reached out, but it turned out his phone had fallen in the ocean and he had no backup. So just don't worry too much about it. My feeling is that Cameron feels a bit of chagrin about his phone, but nothing that won't fix itself. I do not feel like he is ghosting you. If that's your worry, okay.
Emily Aquine asks, I would like to know how does Libra guy, what are Libra guy's intentions towards me?
Libra guy. So Libra guy is a bit of an airhead. Pardon me, I am a Libra. I understand that. And when I asked him what his intentions were towards you, he says, intentions? What? He'd never actually thought about it. Basically what he says is, I like her, but I have to think about it. And that's a pretty typical Libra answer, isn't it? Ask me next week. Because by then he will have overthought it to death.
And just a quick reminder to everyone, and to let people who are just joining now, we do have to cut this live stream short. So the possibility of us getting to all your questions is not very high at this moment.
And we will be back later on this evening at afternoon, probably around 4-ish again, because I probably have 2 readings to do today, and I need to relax between the readings. Okay.
So Lori Dotson says, I just got notified. Hello, everybody. Sending love and light to you and yours. You all are so divinely blessed beyond your expectation. High vibes here.
It is rather nice energy. Most all the people on here are really, really super nice.
Callie Bowman asks, what will be the cause of my mom and her boyfriend breaking up?
Isn't that the one I already answered that one?
If you can't tell me that, can you tell me if he has any children of his own?
Can we read it next time? I already read her. I already answered her once.
No, this is a different.
It's not the same one?
No, this is a different person.
Okay. I don't know about the cause of breaking up, but my feeling is there will be a breakup. But you have to allow it to happen in its own time. And possibly, yes, he does possibly have children. He seemed to be very nebulous in his thinking, and they're not something that's hugely important. But maybe that's because when he's with your mom, it's not
center of his attention.
It might not be that when he's with your mom, it's not the center of his attention. But the breakup will probably be because your mom discovers something about him that she is not the least impressed about. That's about all I can tell you, honestly.
Lightning Spark 100 says hello.
Hi, Lightning.
Malapale says hi, Eliz-sha and Elle.
Hi.
The Polynesian Princess says beautiful. Malapale asks, how are Gemini's feelings for me now?
At the moment, I know this sounds strange. I don't know where you are in the time zones, but it feels like he's just feeling really wanting to go to sleep and not think too much. So at the very moment, his thoughts are not on on you at the very moment. He's just kind of trying to, he's just sort of got his eyes, one eyelid raised up and the other one kind of shut. And he says, right now, I just want to sleep or recuperate or something like that. So it might have been a big party night last night or something like that. But his feelings, he's not thinking about anything at the moment. But there's when I mention your name, there was no feeling of or anything. It was just, yeah, okay, but right now I'm sleeping. Okay, so it was no hard feelings, no bad feelings.
And Molly Pellet is one of our Filipino viewers.
So she's really late at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lori Dotson asks, are any messages from my guides in my love life?
Okay, this is a really funny answer. They says, don't worry about it. We're securing it. And why they would say securing it, I have no idea. But they've got the big grins on their face, and it's like they've arranged a big surprise for you. So it appears that something is in the wind. Something's coming for you, coming. So be patient. It's coming. All right.
Arlene Ross says, hi, Eliz-sha. Thank you. This reading speaks to me again. Thank you. Lori Dotson adds, wow, I'm getting goosebumps. Eliz-sha, you have hit it on point once again. Thank you so much for what you do for us here.
You're welcome.
Lightning Spark 100 asks, what's going to happen between me and Evelyn?
I think it all depends on how you react and how you deal with events. She likes you, but she's waiting to see how you present yourself to her. So be the gentleman. Hold the doors open. Ask her where she'd like to go. Or give her suggestions. You know, I would like to go to A or B restaurant. What do you like? Either of those choices. Things like that. Make sure she has enough control over the relationship that she feels comfortable. She's a bit flighty, in that she's not going to hang around. If she gets scared, she's going to run, is basically what I'm saying. So be very, very careful how you do things. Be very, very gentlemanly. Okay?
Lovely Ace says, thank you very much. S. Starzy asks, will I find a job soon? And thank you so very much.
S. Starzy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of cool name.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a job just around the corner. So probably not this week that's coming up, but probably the week that's not this week, but the second week in November is a really strong potential. It's almost like you turn a corner and you see a sign and you walk in, and that's the kind of job, you know, it's a job that sort of rises up in front of you and says, hey, look at me. And you haven't run into it yet, and it will be you walk in and you go through an interview, and they just love you, and you're a perfect fit. So there appears to be a job coming for you very quickly. But don't stress till you get it. Okay.
The Polynesian Princess says, love your energy, Eliz-sha. Ooh, I love coconut sugar. I'll have to try that out when you were talking about alternative desserts.
Oh, it is so divine. I mean, I don't make it because it's
Too divine.
Yeah, it's too divine. And I use coconut. They call for coconut cocoa powder, and it's really dark chocolate, right? And I like light chocolate, so I put coconut milk in it, and and it's non-cooked, so you just put it in the fridge for 6 hours. It is so good, and it's so healthy. You can eat it for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was telling her that there's a recipe for brownies that's made out of avocado. And she replied, avocado, that's interesting. You read my mind. I am my mother's daughter.
Look under paleo desserts. Paleo desserts are by far they have the best taste. Mm-hmm. They have the most flavor of anything I've ever eaten.
And they also give you recipes for alternative crusts as well. Mm-hmm. Like the cashew dessert Mom was saying earlier has a base of almonds for the crust.
Almonds and dates. And that by itself is really just really good tasting. If you don't like dates, there's other, but you don't even notice it in there. They just taste so good. Mm-hmm. So don't worry about it. If it sounds like something you'd never take, you'd be surprised. You'd be very happily surprised with some of the.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we?
Queen Empress says hello there and asks, "What is coming towards me in love and career?"
Career, one or the other. I'm afraid I've just not much time. Let's see what comes up first. So the guides chose love, and they're saying that something is coming towards you. It's not what it's not what you're expecting. It's quite different from what you've had in the past, and but it's spontaneous, and it's what's the word? It's comfortable. It fits like a glove, a nice, soft glove, it's almost like it's like coming home. It's not a twin flame because twin flames do not fit like gloves. But it's somebody. It's like you met this person, and it feels like you've known this person forever. And there's just a kind of a sigh of relief kind of energy. That's the first 3 months. After that, I can't promise what will happen. But it does appear that something good is coming your way and that you should enjoy it a lot. Okay.
Next, mm-hmm. Tammy Banks asks, hello there. What does my ex feel about me?
Your ex. Well, at this point, there's still a little muttering and complaining. But underneath it, there has come to be a little bit of there's respect. It's so yes, there is there's the old, well, your ex is for a reason, right? But there's also there is something also very powerful between you that hasn't gone away. My feeling is that the two of you have so much energy between each other that you have a really hard time being in the same room together. But there's also real love. So I would recommend, I would never recommend that the two of you get together long term. But at the same time, I feel that if you could maintain a friendship, that would be probably the safest way of dealing with this relationship, so that the energy doesn't build up and doesn't become scary powerful. You probably, what I'm feeling, you're probably twin flames. I don't think you're ever going to be able to be good lovers, but you can be good friends. But you have to learn to allow the energy not to flare up like firecrackers between you, if that makes sense. Okay, good luck on that.
Next.
Yes.
Debbie B asks or says, no question for me. Just want to wish you a happy Saturday, sending you fun energies, hugs and kisses to you.
Thank you very much. It's so appreciated.
Melly Polly says, yeah, I think he's sleeping. It's 1:40 in the morning there. And thanks, Elisha and Elle. Lori Dotson says, thank you. I can feel something was coming. I could feel something was coming. I can. Anyhow. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Lightning Spark 100 says, thanks. Felicia _ asks, will I get an apartment soon? Thanks.
I see one. It's a cute little thing. It's not huge, but it has a bit of a foyer. I mean, you walk in the door and it's right there and it's little, but there's a tiny bit of a hall. And at the end of the hall, it opens up, of course, into it seems that there's a bit of light there, a fair amount of light. So that's really, it's not big. It's a very tiny place, but it opens up into a nice little kitchen, dining room, living room area. So it feels very good. So yes, there is an apartment for you. When it's coming, it feels fairly soon, because it was right there when I went to look. I didn't have to go looking for it. It was right there. So it's probably happening soon. I look for something to happen around Thanksgiving, I would think. Okay.
S. Starzy says, thank you. Many blessings. Lori Dotson says, drop a like. Cosmic Angel 555 Hazel Highlight. Says, hi, Elisha. Hope you are keeping well with these frequencies. Love and light, Hazel Highlight.
Yeah, they really kind of mind-boggling, aren't they? It's just amazing.
Lori Dotson says that she will look up the recipes for what the paleo desserts we suggested. She is now hungry.
Oh yeah, they're so good.
Elantra Cook says, hey. Queen Empress says, thank you so much, Elisha. Yasmin Fox says, hey, what does my XD think about me? Or does he even think about me?
Elantra, right?
Yeah. No, Yasmin.
Okay. He thinks about you occasionally, and he thinks that when it was good, it was really fun. He really enjoyed being with you. He doesn't think about getting back together or anything, if that's what you're interested in, but he does have fond memories of you. It's not that bad. I think he's probably got what they call selective memory, and only remembers the good things, and that's not the worst thing in the world. So it seems to me that it's a very positive ending for the two of you. And he has only good things to say about you, honestly. Okay.
Alondra Cook asks, how is Marquise feeling about me currently?
I think I'm not quite sure how to interpret what just happened, but he's definitely thinking about you. He's not thinking about you in a negative way. It's actually appears to be quite positive. I think he's thinking about the relationship and the games that go with relationships, and it's almost like he's thinking it's probably worthwhile to get into the game playing of relationships, because or the dance of the relation. That's it, because it's a dance. This is just a very formal dance. So he's thinking about the formalities of the dance of relationships when with regards to you. Okay.
Yeah. Tammy Banks says, thank you. That's the way I feel. I think he spies on me all the time. Thanks. Jane Tovestland, sorry if I butchered that, says, hello. Firstly, thank you for making videos. I wonder if you can see anything about me, my husband, and our two youngest boys. We are having a huge life crisis, blessed to be from Norway.
Okay. This too shall pass. That's the first thing that came through. This too shall pass. Basically, it's meant as a wake-up call. And my feeling is that whatever's going on, there will, of course, be repercussions. There's always some form of repercussions. But it also appears that that you will be able to move forward from this and it appears that it has to do with choices that were not thought out to begin with. But it does appear that you will have the chance to make new decisions and make really good, think them through. Don't go on what society thinks you should do. Don't go on what don't go on what other people, any other person, even your husband or your kids think you should do. Go on what feels right for you, and not the head, not the ego. It should feel right from the heart, and the heart listening to the heart can sometimes be harder than then we realize because the mind or the ego gets involved. Okay. But I feel that this is more of a wake-up call than a situation that can't be rectified. Or it might be that the situation cannot be rectified, but you're moving forward into something that's much more positive because you've become more aware more of your own strength, and trust yourself. Trust yourself more than you have been doing. That's a huge thing about the trust, the self-trust. Good luck on that.
So it's 1 minute to 11, and you do have that reading.
Yeah, let's do 5 minutes more.
Okay.
Because I do need to take a break between that and the reading, and I do know the next reading is going to be intense, so I do have to take some time off, and I apologize for cutting you short. But it's a good client, and I'm not going to leave that person hanging.
Yeah. So if Eliz-sha _ says thank you so much. Angel Wings says my boyfriend and I found a room for rent for close to us, close to an area to my hometown. If we live there, do you see the homeowners trying to turn me and, well, she started off with saying boyfriend, but turns it to husband against each other or trying to cause trouble. Because that's what happened in the last place we rented.
So you have that energy already, right? You have that energy of you have that energy in. So basically what I'm going to suggest is you look inside yourself and figure out what in you attracted that energy, because that is something that you probably need to address. I feel, and I'm just going to tell you this because I feel that this is where the energy lies, is you have a touch of insecurity. You're not very self-assured in this particular area. So look, do the inner child talk. Go down and talk to your inner child and find out, and just say, hey, I don't know where you are, who you are, but please explain to me why you and I feel this way. And somebody should come forward, and depending on the age, it could be a 3-year-old, much not likely, it could be more likely it's 8 to 12 or 13-year-old. Talk to your inner child at the level of the age of the child, and explain that you are in charge now, and not to worry so much, that you can handle things because you're an adult, and don't worry about it. Treat them with respect. Talk to them at the age level they're at, but explain to them very carefully that that you're an adult, and what happened then will not happen now. Okay? But look inside yourself to see what causes this. I don't pick up that the place you're going to would be that caring very much about your relationship. They probably seems to me, and they're more interested in feeding you than prying into your personal life. But good luck. But do look into your own inner child.
Jeannie Pisces asks, is relationship with Leo divinely guided?
All relationships are divinely guided. It's the ego that gets in the way. Your guide said they have a finger in every pie. So yes, it is being guided very carefully, but you still have free will, okay?
Maria Herrera asks, hello, can you see if there's any negative energy right now in the apartment? Thank you.
It does actually appear to be something negative. If you can get something to go listen to what Elizabeth talked about yesterday, cleaning or cleansing a space, and that will work gangbusters to make this thing go away. Sweep this energy right out of your apartment. Mm-hmm. And send it on its way. It's not attached to anything. It's basically free floating, probably in the kitchen. But do send it away.
Maria Munoz asks, does my ex-Gemini have deep feelings or emotions for me?
I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for him to come back, honestly. I do feel he has some very strong emotions, but that's mostly because he's still at the edgy stage. He still hasn't allowed things to let go. If and when he has allowed things to let go, then ask me again the same question. If you're still interested, I would recommend you move on.
Jane Tovland says, thank you. We made some bad decisions, but we will stay strong and do better in the future.
Yeah, it's basically a wake-up call. And the problem with wake-up calls is you don't listen to the tiny ones. They get bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And they do escalate until they're life-changing. But it is a wake-up call, and it will resolve for your benefit. And I think we have to stop now.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Jen.
I had one question, and it was actually from Jen. If you have the time,
energy. How about you message me, Jen?
Okay. And with that, we'll be back in a couple of hours.
More than a couple of hours, because I have 2 readings. Right. And the one reading I know will take an hour and a half.
We'll be back later today. Okay. Ring the bell for notifications.
And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
And again, it's always a pleasure to be with you.